Borger. 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 Borger.
First this week we start off with the real whopper, Red Zone Ronaine, putting up a huge 192 points, almost record-breaking for the current basement champion. Alvin Kamara, Devonta Achan, McBride all provide huge amounts of support against Game Plan McMahon's. We move on now to the gasps at Bed Bath & Beyond. Gasps coming away with a 135-88 victory. Johnson with a lowly 3 points. Schultz doing nothing in the tight end position. Moving now to Jemima versus Linguini with Muscles. Linguini with Muscles putting up an impressive 151 points. Jemima a lowly 102. Can Jemima get it together this year? Singletary, Collins, Thomas all play parts in Linguini's big win. The Birds of War lose. The Birds of War lose against the Wizards of Loneliness. 120 points to 86. Jefferson with a big day, 21.5 points almost. St. Brown, 17, leads the win for the Wizards of Loneliness. And of course, Ayahuasca Healing and his showdown with the New York Football Gordons. This was a barn burner that went down to the last night. The New York Football Gordons remain triumphant, 106 points to 100 points. This now puts New York Football Gordons at the top of the heap in Cheese South. The Taints versus WFFT. WFFT with a statement win, 157 points against the current reigning champion. Alave, London, but certainly not Cotton, combined for 157 points. Certainly a strong day by WFFT.
Hello everyone. Well, let me get this fucking dumb piece of trash off me. Fucking stupid. Hello everyone. Welcome to another week of Tyler's Weekly Rundown. Your favorite award show for all things
Borger Cafe.
A riveting week too. This week, we're gonna start off with the vaunted Woo Award, which this week went to someone who's on quite the heater, Red Zone Ronaine, nearly breaking the single week points record with a whopping 192.84 points. We'll have some more stats on that later. Unfortunately, our oof is going to the Birds of War, my very own. A measly 86.6. It's just not going to cut it from my boys. Maybe we're too focused on playoff baseball. Our You Got Robbed went to Game Plan McMahon yet again, dropping 127.94. It's still losing to that very Red Zone Ronaine team. Which brings us to our laugher of the week. Red Zone Ronaine, despite playing the You Got Robbed of the week, beat them by 64.9 points. Crazy, folks. Unprecedented, even. Next up, our nail biter of the week. The New York Football Gordons taking Ayahuasca Healing down by just 6.88 points. A real nail biter. Our bonus stats of the week. Game Plan McMahon starting the year with 2 straight You Got Robbed awards. Not the way you want to start, but they are 4th in the league in points for, despite the 0-2 start. So watch out. Going back to Red Zone Ronaine's record, 192.84 points. Almost record, sorry. That is more than Birds of War's total points for through 2 weeks. Really unfortunate for my guys. Lastly, Red Zone Ronan again. 337.08 points for through 2 weeks. They are the only team over 300 and more than 70 points ahead of second place Linguini with Muscles. Can they be stopped? Will they be stopped? Well, we learned last year that the regular season ain't all it's cracked up to be. Our matchup of week 3, it's got to be Red Zone Ronan versus the Gasps. Two of the early title favorites in Borger Cafe going head to head in an early season Who's Your Daddy match. Thank you, Thomas. Alright, that's all we got for this week. I'm looking forward to a week 3 of... Jesus Christ, Thomas, you're ruining a great take. Well, Thomas is ready for week 3, so I'll see you next week.
Borger. 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 Borger.
Mr. R.J. Gordon, manager of the New York Football Gordons, here with us today on the Commish Chat. Mr. Gordon, how are you doing today? Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me on, Commish. Been a long time coming, huh?
Here we are, year 3 of Borger.
Yeah.
Could you even imagine what's going on?
Can't believe it.
Yeah, 3rd year, and we're coming to you at a good point, coming over to you early in the season. You know, we have the first batch of standings. Well, first couple of games we're done with over here.
Yeah.
And sitting right on top of Cheese. Right on top of Cheese, New York Football Gordons. So, you know, first I want to get your feelings on sitting on top early. But first I want to go into the draft. Draft thoughts coming in and out of that, how your team got set up and what led you to the 2-0 start.
You know, I think I made some risky decisions. My wide receiver core hasn't really shown up just yet. I know that's a very burst and bloom situation, especially with the young quarterback over in Chicago. A lot of targets in Houston. So I'm sure Tank will get his burn. I feel like the keepers really affected the league in an interesting way. And even me, you know, like I got some burn out of Kenneth Walker, but Ingram and Ayuk have so far been a complete bust. So just in some of my draft decisions, I feel like a lot of it's dumb luck. I know the currents change. Notice I haven't been at the top of points.
Right.
You know, so it's really matchup based, but you know, hence that's what the league is, huh?
No, for sure. Yeah, I mean, points leader. Points leader. You know, it's often revered too. But any way you could get up there, you're getting up there. Wins count. You know,
yeah.
Wins count for sure. So look, yeah, that's saying a lot. I like your team this year. I was really taking a look at a bunch of these cheese teams today in preparation for this interview over here, and I like your odds stacking up. Okay, you're a very, very competitive team out there, so that's got to be exciting. You know, coming off of maybe a little bit of an underachieving year last year.
Yeah, I mean, you know, been a little mid-list for the last couple seasons, and try and battle and lose some really tight matchups. I think there's a point last season or maybe the season before that I was actually points leader, but my record was around 500.
I remember
so,
that.
That's just the way the chips fall. But yeah, feeling pretty good about it. I mean, it's a strong division over there too. You've got a lot of sleepers and a lot of teams that have been slightly underperforming with some big stars that you know are going to come out at some point.
Yeah, 2 teams that don't look good in that division are definitely Birds of War, Wizards of Loneliness.
Yeah,
I'm not
Birds,
liking their shots at all. Yeah,
Birds is really underperforming. You got the Q on Herbert now. I don't know, Devontae might get some more burn with AJ Brown being down. He's got a great tight end. He's got Shaheed in there. So, you know, again, he's got a good team. It comes down to the matchup sometimes. As far as Wizards, maybe Rodgers will have one of those magical 40-point days, throw 3 tutties and 300 and some odd yards. Rice and Hall, I mean, that's a real 1-2 punch. St. Brown, if he gets cooking again. Yeah, again, a lot of upside over there too.
Yeah, maybe the medicine man, Mr. Rogers, gets it done for sure, man. We have, and we have a very balanced situation over in Pickle too. So both divisions this year, a lot of teams are coming charging in quick. How far off generally do we think the New York Football Gordons are from championship?
That's tough to say. Again, it's such a week-to-week league and game all around. Didn't feel as strong coming in, but sitting at 2-0 feels pretty good. So if we keep it rolling, get the right matchups, anything's possible. But I would sure hope to be in the dance at least in the next season or two.
Yeah. Okay, man. Hey, look, you got to have goals, or else what else are you doing over here? Every year, fresh slate. We got a lot of good managers out there. Any of these managers out there in particular inspire you? Or are you looking at one manager and thinking, wow, they really got their stuff together? We got a couple of championships. We got a few consistent playoff contenders throughout league history now. But anyone stand out for you, bud?
This season, as well as seasons before, the Gasps are looking dangerous. He put together quite the squad. I could have, kept Barkley around for personal reasons and a little bit of personal doubt. I decided to not go that way, but obviously he's been ripping it up for them. You have the whole McCaffrey thing, and he's got Mason over there. Purdy, we know he could show up.
Gasp's also very unorthodox and does kind of freaky stuff with his team.
Freaky stuff, but he's got Derek Carr, who's been putting up ridiculous fantasy points, and he's just, sitting stashed on his bench right now, from what I can see.
We have to see if maybe Jay was maybe he lives in North Carolina now because he was escaping some of this Diddy fallout with the freak offs and stuff.
Yeah, you think he's part of that?
I don't know if he's part of that. I wouldn't, I can't say any of that. But hey, what are you gonna do?
Town talks.
Yeah. So look, matchups. We talk Gasp. Gasps are good too. I like Gasp's team.
Yeah.
They got some good personnel over there. But any match you're looking forward to coming up, either your match, anybody else's. We do have an interesting thing this week where we have a couple of winless teams going up. So somebody's getting their first win.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one. Contain some game plan again. 2 strong teams. It's just the way the cookie crumbles on a certain week. I went on fucking kicker and had no production from one of my flex receivers. I was out there starting. So
that Moody night was a hell of a fun thing.
Oh man, that was a trip. That was a trip for sure. Yeah, I could see that matchup going either way. Again, 2 of the best quarterbacks in the game. With those 2, anything's possible in a matchup like that. And, got 2 undefeated teams going up against each other. 2 strong teams with the Red Zone and the Gasps. And that's projected pretty close from what I'm seeing right now, regardless of who tinkers with what.
What do you make of, and let me ask you this, what do you make of the fact that it's almost like a complete mirror image of what was happening towards the end of last season in terms of where we're at now? We're looking at a Taints, Birds, and game plan 0-2 thing going on right now, and we're seeing ayahuasca and RZR really shoot up there. Do you think that maybe higher draft picks benefited from that? You can say that maybe generally, but then you look at maybe RZR's first round pick over there, Tyreek Hill, hasn't even been putting up crazy numbers like that. So
sure, I feel like part of it is a testament to really working out the rules to make a more balanced league, and also having, guys who lost out, guys who are in the toilet bowl picking early, as well as having keepers at the same time. That's an influence, but it's been a surprising first couple games, in terms of injuries and who's getting burned where. who showed up. I mean, is Sam Darnold on a team yet? I don't know if it was just matchups, but that could be a serviceable backup quarterback. I feel like, again, sometimes week one is an extra preseason game.
Yeah.
But I personally, just watching the league, have been pretty shocked at some of the things that have happened. They've got the Tua situation that could really change things. McCaffrey, I mean, injuries are a huge part of the game, as we know.
Absolutely. Well, look, RJ, I really appreciate your time here today for stopping by early in the season. You got a busy man. We know you got music, you got the pod, you got the football. You take care of it all. So I know this was a bit of a stretch today to get you here in short notice, but we did, and I always appreciate you. And want to wish you and the organization a really good rest of the way out. And thanks for always being part, my friend.
Thanks for having me on, and best of luck to you and yours. Best of luck to the whole league. Hopefully a nice, fun, exciting season fantasy.